Welcome back, everyone. You may have just purchased your iPhone and you may be wondering how you can unlock the iPhone's full potential. And here are just a couple of different ways to do it. Now, first of all, what I would always recommend doing is if you just purchased a brand new iPhone, things like the iPhone 13, any other iPhones like that, after you're done setting up your iPhone, this is what I would recommend you to do. And this is beyond just making your phone more faster or anything, is to protect your phone just in case something happens in the future. And you want to go ahead and make your way over to your settings. You want to scroll down into General. You want to scroll down once more until you see Transfer or Reset iPhone. And right here where it says Prepare for New iPhone, you want to go ahead and make a backup. Now you may be wondering, why are you making a backup if you just got an iPhone, if you had it for a while? Well, within iOS 15, Apple now allows you to do full iCloud backups for free for 30-day periods. So for like a month, basically, if anything ever happens to your iPhone, at least you can have an iCloud backup that you can, restore from. So if anything happens, whatever happens, you break it or whatever, at least you'll have a backup just in case something happens. So here you just want to click continue. You want to, move all apps with an iCloud or whatever, right? Sometimes this happens, I don't know why, just go and click continue, and then you go and click done, and a backup will start happening. So right here. So right now, if anything ever happens and you have to switch over to, let's say, like another iPhone because you broke this one, well, you just made a backup here so you can restore to this one, which is amazing. So that is one of my favorite things to do for sure. And another way to unlock more potential from your iPhone is to actually go ahead and go up here into your iCloud setting up here. You want to go ahead and click on iCloud right here. And you want to go ahead and enable whichever one of these things you want to be, enabled, and disable whichever ones you don't. So I will tell you, I kind of recommend if you only have like 5 gigs of storage left, you don't want to go super crazy. I would probably recommend turning photos off, for this one, but I'd recommend turning the rest of these things on. That way you can just rest easy a little bit, knowing that in case anything happens, you can go ahead and make sure, you have some stuff saved on your specific device, which is really, really important. Now, another big thing you can do, in my opinion, and if you guys just saw that random glitchiness going on, I don't know why that happened, but we also have this new privacy setting, which is app tracking. So you may be wondering, does this even help me? It helps with the security and privacy of your device. So what you can do here is to, first of all, allow apps to request to track, but you also want to go ahead and disable and enable whichever applications you want to allow to track you in the background. So just imagine like this, every single one of these applications is going to be sucking up a little bit of, power and a little bit more of your data. So whichever ones you turn off is probably the better way to go, in my opinion. And that's another massive thing I would highly recommend you guys to do. Now, another thing that kind of goes along with power is to actually go ahead and make sure your iPhone is not on low power mode. So right here, that's kind of like a given. But if your iPhone is about to die, then obviously put on low power mode. But I would highly recommend you to not leave your iPhone on low power mode all the time, because that is decreasing the performance of your device. But it's also, if you have an iPhone 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max, it's disabling that smoothness, that ProMotion display. So you are better off just, clicking the low power mode off if your phone is fully charged, unless you know what you're doing, like you're going somewhere and you need it to be as, powerful as possible. So if not, I would recommend just turning off low power mode and just seeing how it goes, and, you can get a little bit more performance that way. But another way to kind of improve the performance of your iPhone is to actually go back into your settings. You want to go ahead and go back into your general settings, which is right here. You want to go ahead and click on background app refresh. And this is kind of a hit or miss, but you want to go ahead and disable whichever applications you don't want running in the background. So if you don't care about Candy Crush notifying you, well, you don't really need that on. You don't need that app to be sucking up a little bit of power in the background. So you can go ahead and do that. You can go and click, whichever applications you have here that essentially you don't want running in the background. You can go ahead and disable it like this. And this is another really awesome way to potentially unlock more power from your iPhone. It's not inherently how you think it is. It's not like going to make it immediately faster. It's just going to prevent these applications from pretty much running in the background and, taking up more data from your phone, which is another big thing to keep in mind. On top of that, and there are so many little tiny things that come in with this, but on top of that, one of my cool customizability things that I've been really into recently is customizing my app icons. So you can see right here, you can go ahead and customize your apps, as you want to. You can go ahead and click on your little app like this. Now, for some reason, you still get this notification, but I still think it looks cool and I'm super into it. So in order to do this, what you want to do, and I made a separate tutorial on this, is you just want to make your way over to any internet browser and you just want to type in like Instagram icon, for example. So you can type in Instagram icon like this, and you just want to find some nice looking Instagram icons that you want to download. So in this case, I'll just keep scrolling. I'll just go and use like something like this, for example. And this new Google image thing makes no sense to me. But let's say I wanted to go ahead and use like this type of icon, for example. Well, go ahead and save this image. go and click Add to Photos, and as long as you have Siri shortcuts on your phone, you want to go ahead and open up your Siri Shortcuts app. You want to go ahead and click on the plus button up here, and you want to go ahead and click on Add Action, and you want to add the Open App action. So you want to click here, you want to go and click on Open like this, and you should be able to find the Open App action. You want to go and click on it like so, and you want to go ahead and change the app to whatever app you just downloaded the image from. So in this case, we can go and click on something like Instagram, and then we can go and click on the settings on the top right, click Add to Home Screen. You want to change the new shortcut name to whatever the name of the application is, so Instagram in this case, and you want to go ahead and click on the image right here, click Choose Photo. You want to go and choose the photo that you just did, click Choose, and a majority of the time, that's really all you have to do. As long as the image is good, then you're set. All you want to do is click Add, and you will see that we just now have this new app icon on our page, so we can open it up, and it'll take us right into Instagram. Now, you still get notified like I mentioned, but that's another really cool thing you can do to essentially, unlock more potential from your iPhone. Now, another massive thing I would recommend you all to do is if you have an older iPhone, if you have an iPhone that is like an iPhone 6s or an iPhone 7, well, ever since like iOS 12, I think, Apple actually slows down our device if it's actually under a certain battery health percentage. So what I would recommend doing is hopping back into your settings. I'd recommend going into battery, which is right here. Go and click there. I would recommend clicking on battery health, which is right here. And then I would look at this maximum capacity button. Now on some iPhones, even on my iPhone 12 Pro that I have here, I'm at like 80 something percent. Like it is not high at all. And this is almost like a brand new iPhone. As you can see right now, I'm at 87% on this iPhone 12 Pro that I just bought barely even a year ago. And this iPhone 13 is at 100%. Now, I've heard that under 80%, so my 12 Pro is probably going to get there at some point, but under 80%, that is when your iPhone will artificially basically slow down in order to prevent random forced shutdowns and random reboots and different things like that. So the best thing you can do in this specific case is to actually go ahead and replace the battery of your iPhone. Now, it's not as easy as it states, but if you're planning on keeping your iPhone for a long time, let's say you have an iPhone XS or an iPhone XR and you're at like 75% battery health, well, it may be worth it to spend, I think it's like $50, $60, or $70 for Apple to actually replace that battery rather than, potentially getting random reboots, random slowdowns, and random speed decreases. Like I mentioned, if you have like an iPhone XS, that phone is still good to go for like another 2-3 years. So it may be worth it just to spend like $80 to Apple to actually replace that battery than to actually go ahead and, maybe buy a new phone the next year, or maybe see like, hey, my iPhone slowed down, it's randomly rebooting all the time. Maybe it's time for a new iPhone, when potentially you probably just need to replace the battery and you should be good to go. So those are some extra ways on how to actually unlock more potential from your iPhone. Again, there's probably 30,000 things I probably even forgot to mention. If you remember any of them, let me know in the comment section below and I will hit on them in another video. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.